Schoology tips and tricks. Tip number 8, adding members. All of your Schoology courses that come directly from PowerSchool are rostered through PowerSchool. This means that your students that show up in your members list all come in from the official roster that you would see in PowerSchool. However, you can add additional members to your class. You have the ability to do that. um, so that you can add an instructional aide who maybe has some view only rights, or a co-teacher to have full admin rights, a student teacher with limited viewability rights. You can add students to your course. However, anyone that you add that does not have this badge next to them will disappear when our sync from PowerSchool happens overnight. So if you have a new student, for example, enrolled in your course on a Thursday morning, they walk into your class, they've been enrolled in PowerSchool, but the overnight sync hasn't happened, and you want to add them to your Schoology course manually so they can see materials, you can add that new student. And that night, when the official sync happens, they will officially be added in. However, if you add a student in, the sync happens and they are not an official member of your course, they're going to disappear. Same for a co-teacher. If you add them, but you do not make them an admin on the course, they're going to disappear from your course. So this is a really easy process. If I click add members, you need to make sure you're in the correct building. So I'm here, I teach at the high school. I would be looking in Carlisle High School. Otherwise, you need to make sure you change it over to your middle school, Carlisle Area School District for an administrator. And then you would look up the person you are looking for. So if I want to add Darren Keel as a co-teacher on my class, I'm going to choose this account. Right now, I don't have the badge next to it. If I leave it at this, when this course would sync overnight, Darren would disappear and he would no longer have access, and I would have to add him in the next day and the next day and the next day. Under the gear icon, I can make him an admin, and I am going to confirm that I am making him a co-admin on my course. So he has the full access right now. Once you have given somebody admin access, please think about what is their role in your course. And you have the ability, once you make them an admin, to set some section level roles. For example, an instructional aide, it can be a powerful tool for them to be able to view materials, but they don't need to be able to edit materials. They should be able to view materials, but they shouldn't have access to all of your grades. So you have some options here. So if it's an instructional aide, you can mark this. They cannot see or edit grades, but they can view materials. That helps them be able to sit next to the student or students they're working with and view all of the materials in your Schoology without giving them access to all of the grades. And they also can't edit anything. You can have a no grades edit materials. That could be useful for a student teacher that maybe you don't want to give them access to your grades in Schoology because there is some caution there. You can also have the view grades, edit materials, view grades, view materials, and then the full access for a co-teacher about editing grades, editing materials. You have a few options here. So we do allow you to make other admins on your course, but think about what role that person has and what should they have access to edit and view within your course. So I can set this that Darren Keel, yes, should have some view of my course, but he can't see grades and he can only view materials. He can't edit materials. Then I hit save, and you'll notice his little badge changed. He still won't get kicked out by nightly sync, but he doesn't have as much access to my course as a full-fledged co-teacher of your course. But adding members to your course is really easy. Here in your members tab, adding members, just keeping in mind if they don't have a badge of some kind next to them, they will disappear with the nightly sync. If you have created, though, an extracurricular course in Schoology for sharing materials with all of the students involved in your National German Honor Society. You can add members here. And since you've made all of this manually, those members will not disappear overnight because it's not coming from PowerSchool. And you would have total control of that course and who is in it and who is added because it's not an official school course.